I'm writing this right now, still on the bus ride home from our senior trip to Florida. Everyone around me, my friends, my classmates, they're either sleeping, scrolling through pictures, or quietly laughing about inside jokes from this week. And me, I'm just sitting here, headphones in, listening to Worth It by Biba Doobie, feeling weirdly empty. I feel like the best chapter of our lives just ended, and nobody really warned us how heavy that would feel. I think part of why this hurts so much is because tonight's also prom night. Not for me, but for my ex's school. And yeah, I saw the pictures, her with her new boyfriend, laughing, smiling. And that hurts, because it was supposed to be our night. We've been broken up for a while now. I tell myself I'm over it. Some days I even believe that. But seeing her happy with someone else, it stings. And it's not even about wanting her back. It's just missing the feeling of having someone who was always there for you. Someone who made you feel like you belonged somewhere. I know eventually that this hurt will fade. I just wish it didn't have to feel so lonely in the meantime. Day 1 of the senior trip. The trip itself started rough. We left at 3 a.m., 12 hours stuck in an airport thanks to the delays. By the time we landed and drove another 2 hours to the hotel, we were barely hanging on. Kyle even got sick. That first night we skipped Disney Springs and crashed harder than ever before. But honestly, sitting there half unpacked, laughing about how miserable we were, that was memory number 1. That's when I realized it's not about where you are, it's about who you're with. Day 2 of the trip was Universal Studios. I'll admit it, I was scared. Roller coasters used to terrify me, but somehow being with my friends made it easier to be brave. No, I didn't do the Velocicoaster, I wasn't ready for that, but I did face my fears, rode the simulators, and let myself actually have fun. Spider-Man was my favorite of the rides, maybe because deep down I still believe heroes exist, and maybe on that ride for the first time in a while I felt a little bit like one. That night we DoorDashed Wingstop. I regretted it. I should have went for pizza. I couldn't sleep, not because of the noise, not even because of the homesickness, but because part of me already knew this trip was going to mean more to me than I realized. Day 3 was Animal Kingdom. It was hot, miserable at times, but then we rode Flight of Passage. I can't even explain it. It wasn't just a ride. It felt like flying, like believing in magic again. Then we went to Hollywood Studios. And for a Star Wars kid like me, it was everything. Walking into Galaxy's Edge I felt like the kid who used to swing around lightsabers in the backyard or fight with my parents with. And I felt like all of that was still alive inside me. Still dreaming and still believing. Day 4 was the beach. We sprinted straight into the water without even thinking about it, like we were kids again, not seniors who were months away from facing real life. We fought the waves, we lost every single time. We would jump up and let the waves crash up against our backs, and we dared each other to swim out even farther. The sun burned us alive. My shoulders are still peeling like crazy as I'm writing this, but even that feels like a badge of honor somehow. Later, sitting in the sand, covered in salt and sand and sunscreen, we watched the sun drop into the ocean. Nobody talked, nobody needed to. It was like we all knew we would never get this exact moment back. After the beach, we dried off, changed clothes that still smelled like salt water, and headed to Epcot. We stumbled through the park, sunburned, tired, and half laughing at everything. Tried new rides, ate at the Japan Pavilion, easily one of the coolest places I've ever been. We bought random souvenirs we didn't need, because deep down we knew we couldn't take the trip with us. We could only take little pieces of the feeling. Magic Kingdom wasn't just another day on the trip. It felt like the moment everything we were doing finally clicked. Walking in, seeing the castle all lit up, hearing the music playing through the park's speakers. It was like stepping inside a memory we hadn't even made yet. We were loud, we were tired. Some of us were half broke from souvenir shopping, but none of it mattered. Because in that moment, it wasn't about money, or grades, or breakup, or futures we were scared to face. It was just about being there, together. We crammed 6 people into one log on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Pretty sure we broke about 3 safety rules doing it. Every drop, every splash, every scream, it felt realer than anything. And somehow the rides was scarier, funnier, and better because we were all crammed in, shoulder to shoulder, laughing so hard we could barely breathe. Later that night, when the fireworks started, the whole world seemed to slow down. It wasn't just the lights or the music. It was the feeling. The feeling that somehow for once everything was exactly the way it was supposed to be. Thousands of people stood there under the sky, but for a few minutes it felt like it was just us. Us and the fireworks. Us and the endings we didn't want to admit were coming. I didn't think about college applications, or regrets, or mistakes, or anything. I just stood there looking up thinking, please don't let this end yet. Because deep down, I think we all knew it wasn't just the night ending, it was the whole chapter of our lives winding down. Even though the trip had its quiet emotional moments, most of it was just chaotic, beautiful, and hilarious nonsense. Like the night we decided Brady wasn't allowed to sleep in peace. We stole the TV remote from his room, snuck in with 9 guys in pitch black silence, and hid everywhere. Under the bed, in the bathroom, behind the curtains. Colton kept turning the TV back on every time Brady shut it off. When Brady finally caught Evan hiding under the bed, I swear I thought there was about to be an actual fight. One of the funniest nights of my whole life. Then there was the night Chris and Landon decided they had to sneak into the pool at 2 a.m. Hotel pool closed at 11, but rules certainly didn't apply to us. Chris climbed the big Mickey rock like a 12-foot jump and cannonball straight in like the Olympics. Every time we heard a security radio crackle or someone walking by, we sprinted back down the hallways like we were on a heist. And of course Matt. Matt got clipped, meaning a girl low-key had a crush on him. And when she tried to tell him, he was like, nah, she wouldn't like me. Matt, if you're watching this, you're one of the funniest, kindest, and most genuine people I know. You make everyone's days better without even trying. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she liked you, dude. And the inside jokes. Man, the inside jokes were endless. We spent an entire week saying our friend Chris looked like the Jack in the Box thing that was outside our hotel room. It was so funny. And poor Debo. No matter what he did, no matter how cool he tried to be, he kept getting caught a little bitch. Debo, we love you. But facts are facts. And now, we're back. We're riding home. And the bus feels different now. Not just tired, but heavier. You can hear the engine hum, the soft squeak of the wheels, someone's headphones leaking a little music into the air. But mostly it's quiet. The kind of quiet that feels like everyone's scared to break it. I look around and see my friends, my classmates, all slumped over backpacks and pillows. Some are asleep with their mouths hanging open. Some are scrolling through photos we just took a few hours ago. Some were just staring at the window, lost in their own heads. And me? I'm just trying to memorize it all, trying to hold on to every little detail, the way the bus smells faintly like sunscreen and sweat, the worn-out jokes that still get whispered every now and then, the way even in silence it feels like we're still together. Because deep down I know this is probably the last time we'll ever all be together, like this. Not just physically, but like this version of us. This exact combination of inside jokes and bad tan lines and random friendships that only made sense right now, in this season of our lives. When we get off this bus, life will start moving fast again, faster than any of us are ready for. Graduation, goodbyes, new cities, new people, different versions of ourselves we haven't even met yet. And I'm scared of forgetting, scared that 5 years from now we'll all be strangers to each other's. Names we used to know by heart, fading into stories that start with remember when. But right now I'm not thinking about goodbyes. I'm just thinking about how lucky we are, lucky we were here, lucky we lived it. Lucky we got this 1 week, this one bus ride, this one memory that nobody can ever take away. And no matter where life goes from here, I know some part of me will always be sitting right here, watching the world fly past this window, trying to make time slow down just a little bit longer.